Okay, so we were discussing this proactiveness part. So proaction, that is the fourth way in which the corporation can respond. So can anyone tell? Proaction means what? What is this approach? Proactiveness means what? I have given one example also. Proactive approach is good or bad? Yes, please give some responses. Please give answers. For any responsibility, the proactive approach is good or bad? Yes, Shreya, can you give the answer? Hello? Audumbar, can you tell? Proaction is good or bad?
I think good.
Good. Okay. Proaction म्हणजे काय? की सपोज एखादं काम तुम्हाला सांगितलंय तर डुईंग इट प्रॉपरली बट अकॉर्डिंग as but apart from that whatever is not expected that also some proactively you are doing. म्हणजे expected जे आहे ते तर करणे but apart from that also something you are initiating good by your own, that is called as proactiveness. This word you will face frequently whenever you will face some interviews, that is proactiveness. What do you have the proactiveness? Proactive म्हणजे काय? जे सांगितलंय त्याच्यापेक्षा थोडंसं जास्त चांगलं काम स्वतःहून करणे. ओके, ह्या चार पद्धतीने कॉर्पोरेशन रिस्पॉन्स देऊ शकतात. देन नेक्स्ट outcomes of this CSR we have seen. So what are the outcomes of that corporate social responsibility? So that okay, so outcomes of corporate social responsibility. So obviously because of this CSR model we have achieved that good outcomes because of that, because the corporations have understood their social responsibility. First outcome of that is social programs were arranged by the corporations to understand the responsibility and to elaborate in detail. Then another outcome it is some social policies were also developed by the corporations to obey that or to fulfill the social responsibility part by the corporation. त्यांनी काही social policies form केल्या so that their responsibility they are able to properly complete, and some social programs were also arranged by the corporation. And social impacts, if we see, obviously the social impacts are good and that can be seen, or we can say that can be viewed also through some programs. बऱ्याच कॉर्पोरेशननी काय केलं, they have so here are some of the examples how you can see the impacts. That policies have been evaluated. Then pollution data, म्हणजे जर तुम्ही pollutionचा data check केला तर many of the corporations which were previously involved by their product because of creation in the pollution, that was again overcome. Again employee satisfaction was increased, obviously because the corporations have understood their responsibility towards the employees, so employee satisfaction was improved. Like that there were the impacts of that CSR. Okay, so up till now we have seen related to the CSR part. Now the next point which is newly we are going to start, that is very important, and this point is that we are going to see the stakeholders theory of firm. Okay, you just understand this meaning. I will just highlight it again. It is having name as stakeholders theory of firm. So under this point we are going to discuss what is the role of stakeholders in the corporation, or what is the role of stakeholders in any organization, and how you can define the role of the stakeholders in organization. त्याच्यासाठी काही models आहेत, that models also we have to see under this particular point. Okay, so firstly we have to see what is the meaning of stakeholders. Then we have to see what is the role of stakeholders in any organization or in any corporation. Then we have to see how you can represent the relationship of stakeholders or role of stakeholders in the corporation in the form of some model. आणि त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला 2 मॉडेल बघायचे. Okay, so I will just show you that models diagram so that you will have idea of this particular point. Okay, so there are 2 ways in which you can represent the relationship or role of stakeholders in the management. So first model is traditional management model and second model it is stakeholders model. Okay, so these 2 models we have to see under this particular point, the stakeholders theory of firm. Okay, but before starting this point, let me first get some answers from you. So what do you understand by that word stakeholder? Stakeholders theory of firm हा पॉइंट आपण चालू करतोय आपल्या सिलेबस मधला. But first let me take some answers from you that what is the meaning of stakeholders. आता ह्या stakeholders theory of firm मध्ये आपण सगळे stakeholders शी related points आहेत. That points we are going to discuss. Now CSR we have completed. First part of that chapter is corporate social responsibility. That part we have completed. Now second point we are going to start, that is stakeholders theory of firm. So in this we are going to see all the or we are going to throw light on all the aspects related to stakeholder. And in that first we will start with the question, what is the meaning of stakeholder? Can anyone tell? स्टेकहोल्डर म्हणजे काय? बरेचदा आपण आता तो शब्द वापरला आतापर्यंत कॉर्पोरेशन मध्ये, ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये, इवन इन प्रायव्हेट कंपनीज ऑल्सो स्टेकहोल्डर्स आर व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. सो हाऊ वी कॅन डिफाइन स्टेकहोल्डर? कारण स्टेकहोल्डर हा एक इम्पॉर्टंट एस्पेक्ट आहे कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मधला. द कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अप्रोच which strongly focuses on the corporation and its responsibility. The stakeholder approach starts by looking at various groups to which the corporations has responsibility. Okay, so that is the part we will see. ह्या डायग्राम वरून आपण बघूया इंटरनल स्टेकहोल्डर्स कुठले असतात, एक्सटर्नल स्टेकहोल्डर्स कुठले असतात, how they are related with each other. But first let me get some answers from you. Stakeholders means what? Please share the answer. Stakeholders means what?
Yes, ma'am. A stakeholder is defined as is any person or entity that has an interest in the business or projects, like employee and even and local community.
Yes, correct. असा एलिमेंट कुठलाही ज्याच्यावरती कंपनीचा इफेक्ट होतो आणि ज्याच्यामुळे कंपनीवरती काहीतरी इफेक्ट होतो. मीन्स दे आर रिलेटेड विथ ईच अदर इन both the ways. They are giving input to the company as well as because of some company they are getting output effect also. That is the meaning of stakeholders. Yes, correct. Any other answer from your side? So simply आपण त्याची टेक्निकल डेफिनेशन बघणार आहे पुढच्या पार्ट मध्ये. फक्त एवढं लक्षात ठेवा की स्टेकहोल्डर म्हणजे काय? इन सिंपल लँग्वेज एनी एंटिटी that can be a single person or group of some people and that is having interest in the benefit or profit maximization of that particular organization, and because of company they are affected, and that is vice versa also because of their some actions. For example, आता एखादा सप्लायर आहे, सप्लायरला आपण स्टेकहोल्डर म्हणू शकतो. सप्लायरने जर एखादं रॉ मटेरियल सप्लाय केलं नाही तर त्याच्यामुळे कंपनीच्या प्रोडक्ट वरती इफेक्ट होतो. दॅट प्रोडक्शन विल बी नॉट अप टू द मार्क. मीन्स कंपनीज आर अफेक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ स्टेकहोल्डर्स as well as stakeholders are affected by the company. So stakeholder is an entity who is anyhow related with the company or anyhow they are related with that particular business transaction, and obviously their main objective is profit maximization of that company. Okay, that is simple definition of the stakeholder. मग कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हा पॉइंट आपण जेव्हा डिस्कस करतो तेव्हा कॉर्पोरेटच्या 4 रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज आहेत. आपण बघितलं इकॉनॉमिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, लीगल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, देन इथिकल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अँड फिलॅन्थ्रॉपिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. मग ह्या सगळ्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फुलफिल करताना किंवा ह्या सगळ्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीचा विचार करताना त्याच्यामध्ये स्टेक होल्डर हा खूप इम्पॉर्टंट एलिमेंट आहे कुठल्याही कॉर्पोरेशन मधला किंवा कुठल्याही ऑर्गनायझेशन मधला. त्यामुळे आपण इथं स्टेक होल्डरशी रिलेटेड सगळे पॉइंट डिस्कस करतोय. Okay, so again we can divide that stakeholders into 2 parts, internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. So it again depends on their locations. Location म्हणजे exactly physical, not physical location, but whether they are internal part of the company or म्हणजे internally ते कंपनीशी रिलेटेड आहेत stakeholders का externally related आहेत. Based on that there are 2 types, internal stakeholders and एक्सटर्नल स्टेक होल्डर्स. आता कुठले कुठले आहेत इंटरनल स्टेक होल्डर्स ऑर्गनायझेशनचे एखाद्या किंवा कॉर्पोरेशनचे? एम्प्लॉईज आर इंटरनल स्टेक होल्डर्स, मॅनेजर्स आर इंटरनल स्टेक होल्डर्स, ओनर्स आर इंटरनल स्टेक होल्डर्स. सो दीज आर द इंटरनल स्टेक होल्डर्स ऑफ एनी ऑर्गनायझेशन. अँड व्हेन वी से that external stakeholders, then that external stakeholders are government, then consumers, society. These are the external stakeholders, and suppliers also we can say that can be act as internal stakeholder as well as the external stakeholder. Okay, so there are 2 types of stakeholders that you have to understand, who are the internal stakeholders and who are the external stakeholders. Now both of them are having certain responsibility, both of them are having certain role that they are supposed to implement. Okay, so that is one part in that stakeholder. So are you clear with internal and external stakeholder? Yes, डिफरन्स लक्षात येतो इंटरनल आणि एक्सटर्नल स्टेक होल्डरचा. इंटरनल म्हणजे जे those who are internally related with the corporation, त्याच्यामध्ये काम करणारे एम्प्लॉईज, तिथले मॅनेजर्स, तिथले ओनर्स किंवा तिथले अजून कुठले सप्लायर जर एखादा एक्सटर्नली देत असेल तो मोस्टली दिस सप्लायर कम्स अंडर दिस एक्सटर्नल स्टेक होल्डर्स, बिकॉज many of the times the supplier is supplying the raw material from outside. Most of the times they are also called as vendors also. तर हे इंटरनल स्टेक होल्डर्स झाले. आणि एक्सटर्नल म्हणजे कंझ्युमर्स, गव्हर्नमेंट और दॅट सप्लायर्स, कस्टमर्स. एखाद्याने शेअर गुंतवले असतील तर त्याला पण आपण एक्सटर्नल शेअर स्टेक होल्डर म्हणू शकतो. फ्रिक्वेंटली आय हॅव क्लिअर्ड द डिफरन्स बिटवीन दिस 2 वर्ड्स, शेअर होल्डर अँड स्टेक होल्डर. स्टेक होल्डर हा कंपनीशी रिलेटेड असणारा एलिमेंट, त्यांनी त्याचे शेअरच गुंतवलेले असायला पाहिजेत असं नाही. व्हेअरएज शेअर होल्डर इज वन टाइप ऑफ स्टेक होल्डर, त्यांनी त्याचे शेअर्स इन्व्हेस्ट केलेले असतात त्यामुळे तो कंपनीशी रिलेटेड असतो. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी एव्हरी स्टेक होल्डर शुड बी शेअर होल्डर, बट every stakeholder is every shareholder is always the stakeholder of that organization. Okay, so are you clear that first part, internal and external stakeholder? Yes, is it clear, Rahul, Rajput?
Yes, madam.
Now the next here again some 2 technical definitions are given for this just a minute. So these 2 technical definitions are given for the stakeholder. आता बघा ह्यातली the range of definition makes it difficult to get a generally agreed upon idea of what is stakeholder. So as per this Freeman's definition, the first definition of stakeholder is, I will write here, this is the first definition. A stakeholder in an organization is any group or individual who can affect or it can be affected by the achievement of organization's objective. आता जी आपण बघितली ती सिंपल डेफिनेशन. स्टेक होल्डर हा एखादा सिंगल पर्सन असू शकतो किंवा इट कॅन बी ग्रुप ऑफ सम person. Stakeholder in an organization पाहिजे. It is not is. Stakeholder in an organization is any group or individuals who can affect or affected by the achievement of the organization. Okay, आत्ताच आपण ही simple definition बघितली. Then the another definition of stakeholder we can have, and that is based on the two principles given by this Freeman scientist. The first principle of corporate rights, which demands that the corporation has the obligation not to violate the right of the others, and second effect is that the companies are responsible for effects of their act. म्हणजे कुठल्याही कॉर्पोरेशनला दुसऱ्याच्या एखाद्याच्या अधिकाराचं उल्लंघन करण्याचा कुठलाही राईट नसतो. मीन्स whoever are the employees, whoever are the stakeholders, त्यांचे जे काही बेसिक राईट्स आहेत, सो कॉर्पोरेशन कॅनॉट हॅव एनी ऑब्लिगेशन ऑन दॅट. त्याच्यावरती ते कुठल्याही प्रकारे काही ऍक्शन घेऊ शकत नाहीत. अँड सेकंड, as the corporations are taking the decisions by their own, they are responsible for their decisions. That is the second aspect. मग ह्याच्यावरून दुसरी डेफिनेशन काय बनवलेली आहे स्टेकहोल्डरची? फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन just initially we have seen. Now the second definition we will see. A stakeholder of a corporation is an individual or group which either is harmed by or benefits from the corporation or whose right can be violated or have to be respected by the corporations. Okay, so if that some stakeholders means, but obviously their personal rights will not be violated by that corporation, but if they are having some agreement, एखादा सप्लायर आहे की सप्लायरने जर एखादा एग्रीमेंट केला असेल कॉर्पोरेशन सोबत, तर इन दॅट केस बेस्ड ऑन दॅट agreement some rights can be violated because they are having that agreements, आणि काही टर्म्स मध्ये बेसिक राइट्स त्या सप्लायरचे कॉर्पोरेशन चेंज करू शकते because they are having the mutual agreement and they are agreed upon some terms and conditions. Okay, so this definition makes clear that the range of stakeholders differ from company to company and even for the same company in different situations. वेगवेगळ्या कंपन्यांचे स्टेकहोल्डर्स, त्यांचा कुठल्या टाइपचा बिझनेस आहे, बेस्ड ऑन दॅट देअर स्टेकहोल्डर्स मे बी चेंज. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आता एखाद्या कंपनीमध्ये इंटरनली सगळं प्रोडक्शन होत असेल, त्यांच्या स्टोअरमध्ये सगळे कंपोनेंट असतील, तर देअर इज नो नीड ऑफ एक्सटर्नल सप्लायर्स, सो दे मे नॉट हॅव्हिंग दॅट सप्लायर ॲज अ स्टेकहोल्डर. पण एखाद्या कंपनीमध्ये त्यांचं स्टोअर लहान असेल किंवा काही कंपोनेंट्स त्यांना एक्सटर्नली परचेस करावे लागत असतील, तर दे विल हॅव द सप्लायर ॲज अन एक्सटर्नल stakeholder. So based on the company and based on the situation, the stakeholders are changing. Okay, so these are the two definitions, but usually this second one, it is more detailed, but usually if the definition is asked, so you have to explain the first only. It is a group or group of individuals who can affect or who can be affected by the achievements of the organization. That is the definition of stakeholders. Now, to explain the concept of stakeholders, there are two models which are used in the literature. Try to understand. आपण आधी stakeholder म्हणजे काय बघितलं, internal stakeholders कुठले आहेत, external stakeholders कुठले आहेत, that we have seen. Then we have seen two definitions of stakeholders, and also we have seen that based on the company, based on the situation, the stakeholders may be changed. ओके, सगळ्या कंपन्यांचे स्टेक होल्डर्स सेमच असतात किंवा एकाच प्रकारचे असतात किंवा सगळीकडे फक्त 4 स्टेक होल्डर्स असतात असं नाही. बेस्ड ऑन द कंपनी, देअर नेचर ऑफ वर्किंग, as well as based on the situations, the stakeholders will get changed. Now, next point we have to see that there are two approaches where the relation between the firm म्हणजे काय, organization, corporation, company, firm, the relation between the firm and stakeholder is explained by considering these two models. म्हणजे दोन मॉडेल यूज करून आपण स्टेक होल्डर आणि फर्म मधलं रिलेशन एक्सप्लेन करू शकतो. सो फर्स्ट मॉडेल इज ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल. First model is traditional management model and second model it is the stakeholders model. So we will see this one by one. But if in MCQ this question it is asked, so which two models are used to explain the relationship between the stakeholders and firm, then these two names you have to write. First one is traditional management model and second one it is the stakeholders model. Okay, so these two models are used to explain the relationship between the stakeholders and the firm. Okay, we will see now one by one. So first model is traditional management model. आता ह्या पहिल्या मॉडेल मध्ये बघा किती एलिमेंट दाखवलेले त्यांनी एखाद्या फर्मशी रिलेटेड. फर्म म्हणजे काय, कॉर्पोरेशन किंवा बिझनेस किंवा ऑर्गनायझेशन, इन्स्टिट्यूट, जिथं बिझनेस होतो त्याला आपण फर्म म्हणतो. सो हाऊ मेनी एलिमेंट्स दे हॅव शोन रिलेटेड टू फर्म इन ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल. तुम्हाला लक्षात येतं का काय कन्सेप्ट बघतोय आपण? Yes, are you getting what we are considering right now? Which point we are discussing currently? Vaishnavi Swami, can you tell which point we are considering right now? कुठला पॉइंट शिकतोय आपण आता सांगा मला. ज्ञानेश्वरी, which point we are considering right now? Give some responses. Jnaneshwari, initially to whom I asked. Vaishnavi, you are not present for the lecture. Ashwini More, कुठला पॉइंट बघतोय आपण सांगा मला आता.
ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट.
ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल. दोन टाइपचे मॉडेल आहेत ज्या मॉडेल थ्रू आपण स्टेक होल्डर आणि फर्म ह्याच्यामधलं रिलेशनशिप एक्सप्लेन करू शकतो. सो फर्स्ट मॉडेल इज traditional management model. So in traditional management model, I will just increase this size or I will show you in some another diagram. Just a minute. दोन आहेत मॉडेलचे टाइप, ट्रेडिशनल मॉडेल आणि स्टेकहोल्डर्स मॉडेल. Okay, so here you can see it more properly. This first one it is the ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल. ह्याच्यामध्ये बघा सेंट्रलला फर्म आहे. दोन्ही मॉडेल मध्ये सेंटरला ऑब्विसली फर्म असणार आहे. सो इन ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल दे हॅव शोन देर आर मेनली 4 कंपोनेंट्स किंवा 4 की एलिमेंट आहेत एखाद्या फर्म साठी किंवा एखाद्या कंपनीसाठी. सो आय एम रायटिंग हिअर द नंबर्स. सो दीज आर द 4 एलिमेंट्स फॉर एनी फर्म टू फंक्शन properly. First one is shareholders, customers, employees आणि suppliers. But traditional management model मध्ये it is considered that the overall functioning of the company is based on mainly these 4 elements. Shareholders, ज्यांनी त्याच्यामध्ये शेअर गुंतवले ते, then customers, then employees and suppliers. Customers means they will purchase the product from that firm. Employees, they will work in the firm to get the production. And supplier means they will supply some material to the organization. हे 4 एलिमेंट आहेत to run the organization properly. Out of this, the customers. So these arrows are important. Customers are the external stakeholders. Firm is providing something to the customers. Employees, those are internal stakeholders. Employees are giving service to the firm. Suppliers are also the external stakeholders, but they are providing service to the firm. And these shareholders, shareholders are, or the arrow shown for the shareholders in two ways, because they are investing their shares in the company, means they are investing some part. That's why this inverse arrow is shown. आणि त्या शेअरच्या बदल्यात त्यांना काही प्रॉफिट कंपनीकडून मिळतो. That's why the shareholders for that particular part, the two arrows are shown. Okay, you just have a look for this particular traditional management model. Okay, are you getting that 4 elements in traditional management model? Are you clear with this diagram? कुठले 4 एलिमेंट दाखवलेले ट्रेडिशनल मॉडेल मध्ये? शेअर होल्डर्स, कस्टमर्स, एम्प्लॉईज आणि सप्लायर्स. हे 4 एलिमेंट एखाद्या फर्म मध्ये मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत. दॅट इज एक्सप्लेन्ड इन दिस ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल. Okay, so we will see the description part of that traditional model. Okay, so same diagram is here. Firm and these 4 components. That is the first type of model. And in that, if we see the explanation, just a minute. See, this traditional stakeholders theory of firm that can be explained by considering 2 models. First one, it is in figure 2.3a, that is showing the traditional model where the company is seen of only related to 4 groups. So as per this, we can divide the company only in 4 groups: suppliers, employees, shareholders, and the last one, it is the consumers. Okay, the shareholders are the owners of the firm and they consequently are the dominant group whose interest is the firm should be run on behalf of. Okay, so out of that 4, पहिल्या मॉडेल मध्ये टोटल 4 एलिमेंट दाखवलेले आहेत कंपनीशी रिलेटेड, and out of these 4 they are showing that shareholders are having more importance out of that 4 group. Okay, then second diagram if we see, so the second model, that is called as the stakeholders model. Okay, so in this stakeholder they have shown the various stakeholders related to the company. Okay, पहिल्या मॉडेल मध्ये काय केलेले त्यांनी ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल मध्ये हे 4 एलिमेंट दाखवलेले आहेत एखाद्या फर्मशी रिलेटेड, and out of these 4 elements these shareholders are having the more importance. That is the concept of this first model. आणि सेकंड मॉडेल मध्ये काय केले? In the second model they have shown all the stakeholders related to the firm. पहिल्या ह्याच्यात शेअर होल्डर्स दाखवलेले आहेत पहिल्या ह्याच्यामध्ये, आणि दुसऱ्या ह्याच्यात स्टेक होल्डर्स दाखवलेले आहेत. सो हु आर द डिफरंट स्टेक होल्डर्स? सो दिस इज द फर्म. स्टेक होल्डर्स: गव्हर्नमेंट, कॉम्पिटिटर्स, कस्टमर्स, एम्प्लॉईज, सिव्हिल सोसायटी, suppliers and shareholders. So all these are the stakeholders of that organization, and that stakeholders are shown in this in this second model. म्हणजे लक्षात घ्या ह्या 2 मॉडेल मध्ये काय डिफरन्स आहे? ट्रेडिशनल मॅनेजमेंट मॉडेल मध्ये फक्त 4च एलिमेंट कन्सिडर केले होते कंपनीशी रिलेटेड, आणि त्या 4 एलिमेंट पैकी शेअर होल्डर हे जास्त महत्वाचे आहेत, कारण शेअर होल्डर्स वरतीच कंपनी किंवा कॉर्पोरेशनचं टोटल वर्किंग प्रॉफिट लॉस डिपेंडंट आहे. असं ह्या पहिल्या मॉडेलमध्ये सांगितलं होतं. दुसऱ्या मॉडेलमध्ये काय केलं, दे हॅव इन्क्रीज द मोर नंबर ऑफ कंपोनंट्स अँड ऍक्च्युली जर एखाद्या गोष्टीमध्ये जास्त कंपोनंट ऍड झाले तर एकाची डॉमिनंट लेवल तिथं काय होते, कमी होते. So this second model focuses on all the stakeholders of that firm. So as per this first they are saying shareholder वरून कंपनीचा profit loss that is mostly dependent, but as per this second model they are equally giving importance to all these stakeholders: government, competitors, customers, employees, civil society, suppliers, shareholders. ह्या सगळ्यावरती कंपनीचं फंक्शनिंग अवलंबून आहे. दॅट इज एक्सप्लेन्ड इन द पर्टिक्युलर दिस सेकंड मॉडेल. ओके, सो figure 2.3b we find the stakeholders view of the firm where the shareholders are one group among several others. आता इथं शेअर पहिल्या मॉडेल मध्ये शेअर होल्डरला जास्त इम्पॉर्टन्स होतं, whereas in second model that is considered as one group amongst the other. 8 भागांपैकी एक भाग आहे शेअर होल्डर म्हणजे. दॅट इज एक्सप्लेन इन दिस स्टेकहोल्डर्स मॉडेल. द कंपनी हॅज ऑब्लिगेशन्स नॉट ओनली टू वन ग्रुप बट ऑल्सो टू होल व्हरायटी ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीज दॅट आर अफेक्टेड बाय इट्स ऍक्टिव्हिटी. मग दुसऱ्या मॉडेलमध्ये काय सांगितलंय की कंपनीने फक्त शेअर होल्डरचाच विचार जास्त न करता they have to consider the concern of other elements also, whereas in first the shareholders are giving more importance. I will just highlight it dark so that it is having more importance. आणि ह्याच्यामध्ये काय, या 8 भागांपैकी किंवा इतर एक कंपोनंट सारखाच हा एक कंपोनंट आहे. सो द इम्पॉर्टन्स लेवल हियर इज 1/8. So importance is given more to shareholders in traditional management model, whereas importance of shareholders is reduced in this second stakeholders model. Okay, so again the corporations is thus situated at the center of series of independent two-way relationship. Okay, so that is the particular 2 models that we have to see initially. Okay, so can you tell now out of these 2 models where the shareholders are of more important and where the shareholders are of less important, whether in network model, in this first traditional model and stakeholders model? You tell me what is the concept. Can anyone tell? Traditional management system, stakeholders, shareholders important is less or more? Traditional management model, shareholders importance is more or less? Yes, give the answer. Audumbar?
More.
It is more. Whereas in stakeholders model, they have considered shareholder as दुसऱ्याच एका पार्ट सारखाच महत्वाचा तो पार्ट आहे, एवढं त्या सेकंड मॉडेल मध्ये सांगितलेले. ओके, सो दीज आर द 2 मॉडेल्स दॅट वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर टू अंडरस्टँड द stakeholders theory or stakeholders firm theory. Okay, so these 2 models are there, and this third one, it is the network model where these everything are related to each other. Okay, now the next question comes that why the stakeholders matter, or why the stakeholders are of importance, or why the stakeholders are of more importance. आणि त्याच्यासाठी काही aspect तिथे एक्सप्लेन केलेले आहेत की why the stakeholders are more important. Stakeholders theory of firm, in that the main importance is given to the stakeholders. So the next point we have to discuss why the stakeholders are important. आतापर्यंत आपण काय डिस्कस केलं stakeholders theory of firm मध्ये? First we have discussed the definition of stakeholder. What are the internal and external stakeholders? That point we have discussed. After that we have seen this 2 models for explaining the role of stakeholders in any organization. Traditional management model मध्ये स्टेकहोल्डरला जास्त इम्पॉर्टन्स दिलेला आहे आणि सेकंड स्टेकहोल्डर्स मॉडेल मध्ये शेअर होल्डर्सला they have considered as one of the stakeholders amongst the all. So the importance given to the shareholders has been reduced. Okay, so that is the difference between these two models. Okay, now the next question we have to see why the stakeholders are important and what is the new role of management so that they can give proper justice to the stakeholders. Okay, so that point we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay, so we will stop here and in next lecture we will discuss this next points. Okay, you just type your roll number and you can leave the meeting.